Hey guys, Foxdrop here. Today we're doing a video talking about a champion that's been mostly flying under the radar for all of Season 7, Rek'Sai. Not an unfamiliar name as far as strong junglers are concerned, at least historically speaking, but someone we don't really consider right now in the current season. There are a crap ton of really strong junglers around right now, and the jungle role itself is really strong too, so having a jungler that has almost unanimously favourable matchups in the jungle is very useful. So in this video you'll learn all about Rek'Sai, why I think she's strong, why she's going to become meta very soon, and of course most importantly how to play her to abuse her for free elo. This is being made in partnership with our friends over at Pro Guides, who are all about helping you become better players. So much so that as part of your membership with them you can chat anytime, anywhere with high rated players to ask them questions to help you out. Quite nifty, eh? So firstly, let's take a look at some stats. Currently Rek'Sai is sitting at around the 5% pick rate mark. That means that statistically speaking, in high elo you'll see her once in every 20 games. Not all that popular, not even in the top 10. Considering 6 of the 15 most frequently banned champions are junglers, influencing their overall pick rate, you can see that Rek'Sai is not at all that popular. That is good news for you though. She's not picked and she's not banned. That means you'll be able to get your hands on her whenever you want. So why would you want to get your hands on her? Here's why Rek'Sai is so good right now and why I think she'll be making a resurgence. Firstly, she has really good matchups into most other meta junglers. Right now, early game champions are very popular: Lee Sin, Elise, Graves, Kha'Zix, Shaco, people like that. Games in solo queue in general are also often decided by who wins the early game in the lane phase, so being able to influence games right off the bat is very useful. Being able to not only influence games from early on, but also shut down enemy junglers trying to do the same is the hallmark of a powerful jungler, and Rek'Sai can do both these things. No jungler can really go toe to toe with her in the very early game, and thanks to her solo queue build of Cinderhulk Titanic tank, she can progress in the game with very little threat from the enemy jungler at all. Secondly, other junglers are seeing nerfs which will make her rise in comparative strength. Specifically speaking, people like Lee Sin and Shaco, and assumingly in the near future, hopefully, with Rengar as well. At least, you know, I bloody hope so. Seriously, what the hell, right? You buff a top 3 AD carry in Draven and don't nerf one of the most busted champions in the game right now. Thirdly, Courage of the Colossus. Rek'Sai's whole deal is about sliding in and knocking people up. Usually a talent reserved for the males of this world, it means that she can engage a fight while popping a massive shield. A shield that scales with health, which is what Rek'Sai's core build revolves around. Last but not least, the jungle changes from patch 7.1 benefit her not only directly, but also don't benefit other junglers as much. So she gains comparative strength there as well, if that makes sense. Seeing as I butchered that phrasing kinda hard, essentially what I mean is that because chickens now give you more experience, specifically the little chickens, AoE clearers and to an extent those who buy a Tiamat are now better off. Seeing as Rek'Sai has both good AoE clears and rushes a Tiamat, she's proper sorted. Usually junglers wouldn't touch the chickens until around level 7 or 8 because they just weren't worth the pain they dish out. They hurt a crap ton if you couldn't kill the minis fast, so being able to benefit from their increased bounty right off the bat is really useful for the queen of solo queue. Outside of that, Rek'Sai is just an overall simple and well-rounded champion to play. Very few downsides to picking her in solo queue and few mechanics for you to muck up on, which, if you're like me, is always an added benefit. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. How do you actually play Rek'Sai? Well, you want to go for AD reds, armor or health per level, yellows, whatever blues you want to run, magic resist per level, CDR or CDR per level, and then go for attack speed quints. For your masteries, 12, 0, 18 with Courage of the Colossus, as you're seeing right here. For your item build, your core will be Cinderhulk plus Titanic Hydra. Start with Machete plus refillable, rush the Tiamat. Try and stay out on your first clear until you have that 1200 gold to buy the Tiamat if possible, but don't stretch yourself too thin. Then after that go Balmy Cinder, Blue Smite or Red if you fancy, but in my opinion Blue Smite is more versatile. Then finish the Cinderhulk and then finally the Titanic Hydra. Chuck in your boots somewhere along the line there as well and either upgrade those to Mercs or to Ninja Tabby. Outside of that you'll want tank items, Dead Man's Plate or Randuin's Omen if you want armor against a physical heavy damage team, Spirit Visage against AP, and a Guardian Angel to round out your build. Now, next you'll need to know what to do with her heading onto the Rift. So start your bot side buff so you get a good leash from your team. Do not kill this buff with your smite, instead save it. Then move on to the wolves, kill those again without smite, and finally finish on your second buff using your smite. This will get you level 3 and you'll be able to start getting into the action. Look at your mid and top lanes. Do you think the enemies are pushed out enough for you to gank them? If so, go for it. If you think it's the other way around and your laner looks like they'd get into some trouble, you should invade the enemy jungle or set up a counter gank. If you tie up the enemy jungler, you'll protect your laners, and hey, if you manage to bully the enemy jungler out of their jungle, you can counter jungle them as well. If you want more information on this early jungle route, I've recently dedicated a whole separate video to it, which you can check out. Early on, you want to gank lanes that look available and farm up when not. Get your team out early for great sexy clear speeds and do more of the same. Like a fat dude at an open buffet, the more time passes, the bigger you'll become. The Titanic Cinderhulk build gives you incredible beefiness combined with moderately overbearing damage, more than enough to take out squishies who you can latch onto. Use that to your advantage as you hunt the more damage orientated junglers, people like Lee Sin, Kha'Zix, Shaco, Elise, Eve, those kind of people. You know, pretty much every meta jungler right now. With this in mind, and the fact that you can set up tunnel networks to efficiently dash in and out of the enemy jungle camps, you can play quite aggressively in the opposing jungle and avoid most risk. The later the game goes on, the more you'll need to transition into either a knockup bot or, if ahead, a carry killer. Just know that Rek'Sai is easily kited outside of a tunnel, so trying to stick onto carries can be a bit tricky. Going in, forcing them to back away, soaking up some hits, and then peeling back is a good way to play the fight in general. Rek'Sai doesn't shine really in team fights, so don't expect to be able to carry them single-handedly, but flanking an enemy carry with a sneaky tunnel and comboing them with your knockup is a pretty good situation to be in. Even if they then get away from you afterwards, you'll still have done a significant amount of damage to them and forced them out of the fight. And that pretty much just sums it up. As always, practice makes perfect, so get a good number of games under your belt if you're really looking to master Rek'Sai, the queen of solo queue. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, boys and girls. More of an OG style of guide. Let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit that cheeky thumbs up if you did enjoy the video, and feel free to leave me suggestions about the champions you want to see in the future. Shout out to Pro Guys for helping me with the editing of this video. Don't forget to check them out in the description too. Most importantly, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.